and you put on the jacket and you find out the jacket only has one arm. The tailor says, well, if your jacket only has one arm, your body is wrong. And the customer might well say, well, no, hold it, let me get this straight now. My body is wrong and your suit is right? No, that's insane. I mean, that's not the idea here. In other words, my body starts out being right. I'm sure that this is how I'm shaped. And that if you only have one sleeve in your jacket, change the jacket. The jacket is wrong, not my body. And if the tailor says, no, that's that's absurd of you, you really have to remove that arm. That's crazy. I'm not removing my arm. You're definitely putting in another arm to this jacket. In other words, do we change our body to suit our jacket, or we change our jacket to suit our body? Now let me suggest that our body is the set of our experiences, and that the jacket is the philosophical theory with which we account for them. You really want to cut off your experience of cause and effect, of good and evil, of lust and rage and hatred and beauty, because you can't talk about them precisely? Or is this demand for philosophical precision taken to an unreasonable extreme? In other words, when A.J. Ayer, is it Ayer that has the view that, say, moral theory is non-cognitive, right? Well, I experience morals, at least sometimes, as being real and right and wrong. If these Anglo-American guys, these real hard-shell empiricists, tell me that my experience is wrong, it's like the tailor telling me my body's wrong. Don't tell me that I'm experiencing the world wrong. No, your theory is wrong. And if it doesn't correspond to my experience, then fix the theory. Don't tell me to fix my experience. My experience comes first. Now, can you see the strength of Husserl's point? All right? This is a devastating sort of an argument. And in my view, it's actually true. In other words, I think that Husserl's attempt to find a way out of this labyrinth just doesn't work. Right? He's spinning his wheels. He's caught in a snowdrift. But the idea of telling to these scientific, empirical, rational, logical guys that if your theory doesn't correspond to my experience, your theory is wrong, not my experience, I think that's right on the money. And I think that's the strong point of all continental philosophies. They say, I'm going to look at myself and the way I experience the world first. And if your theory corresponds to that and accounts for that, so be it. If it doesn't, I am not going to say, well, look, I'll give up on beauty, I'll give up on morality, I'll give up on all my psychic states, all my emotions, because after all, either I talk about them clearly or I don't talk about them at all. No. This demand for clarity has been taken to an unreasonable extreme. It would be much better for us if we were to start with experience, or as Husserl's slogan was, to the things themselves. Well, modify that a bit. Let's start with experience. Let's make our slogan experience first.